welcome out there. I'm Gloria. This is Yoga with Gloria. Thank you for being here with us. We have a full body flow class, mostly hips and shoulders, going into gomukhasana pose today. So, especially hard if you have tight shoulders. So, if you have tight shoulders, you want to make sure you have a belt or a resistance band or a towel, and you could use blocks or a pillow if you don't have a block. Okay, before we get started, I just want to remind everyone I'm happy to be of service, and I'm so glad you guys are taking my classes with me during the pandemic so that people can continue having a yoga practice. And I love making yoga accessible to all, but the live streams are not free to make. So if you're able to and you're enjoying the classes, please consider supporting us. So there's more information on how you can be a supporter on the Patreon, PayPal link underneath the video's description. And for now, all of you guys that are supporting get to have access to special things like our new HIIT class every Mondays in the mornings and Qigong classes twice a week. Okay, so say hello in the comments, let me know where you're from. I hope you guys are safe, especially those of you affected by the fires. I know it's really bad air quality here for us, so more reason to stay indoors to do your exercise. Okay, hi Suresh, hi Ray, hi Roseanne, and Alice, good to see you guys. All right, sit up nice and tall, and we're just gonna start making little circles here. And then just take it the opposite direction. And just notice what's tight on you. Okay, let's walk our fingers out and do a nice side stretch, side body stretch, looking up towards the ceiling. And then other side. Hi, Fernanda. Okay, let's go ahead and take a twist here in one direction. In the other direction. And back to center. Let's take left elbow over right elbow, eagle arms, and then we're just going to lift the elbow about shoulder level, and then take your hands away from your face, and then protract the shoulder blades away from each other to feel that nice stretch, upper back. And then release, open up your chest, other side. So you're going to take your right elbow over the left elbow this time. Lift your elbows, hands away from the face. And if you can't get your hands, the palms touching, you can do backs of your hands together. And then release, open up your chest, drop your arms, clasp your hands behind you, lift your chest, squeeze your elbows behind you, and straighten the arms. And then take your hands over to the left and look, and the gaze over to your right. And then the hands over to the right, gaze over to the left. If you can, lift your arms up, away from your sacrum if you can. And welcome Anna Dominguez. And okay. So now we'll just close our eyes for a moment, connecting to our breath before we begin. So inhale, feel your belly expand. And then exhale, let it relax down towards your spine. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest rise on the inhale, fall on the exhale. Just give your body permission to relax and let go of any worries or work or anxious thoughts you have. Just let it all go. Inhale through your nose and open your mouth. Let it go. 2 more times like that. Inhaling through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Last time. Inhaling. Hold a little longer. Lift your chest. Take the sides of your neck back. Open your mouth, let it go. Hands in front of your heart, drop your gaze. And take a moment to call up an intention for today's class. And we'll seal that in with 3 Oms, inhaling deeply. All right, let's open our eyes and we're going to come down on our backs. So we're going to start in a chest opener. So if you have blocks, you can put one underneath your shoulder blades and one under your head. If you don't have blocks, you can lay on a roller. If you don't have that, you can roll a towel or blankets. Like so. Like any kind of towel, a beach towel or something at home. You can either have it this way under to find a little thoracic opening in your spine, or you can do it this way, so letting the shoulder blades fall off, opening up this side. So whichever way you find is fine. I think I'll use the box. And if you're more flexible, you can release. Get a little lower under the head. And if it feels okay for you, Supta Baddha Konasana. So open up your knees to the side with the soles of your feet together. And just taking some nice deep full breaths. Opening up your shoulders. Opening your chest. Opening your heart. Your thoracic spine. So 3 more deep breaths here. And then slowly bring your knees together, feet flat on the floor. You can reach your arms up and maybe grab opposite elbows and let it just hang straight down, opening up your chest. And then you'll slowly roll over to your left side. So from here you can use a pillow or a block under your head. So we're going to test out our shoulder mobility here. So you're laying on your left side, the left arm is down, your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked. The right hand is over, and then you're going to use your peace fingers on the floor and trace a circle. Try to keep your fingers on the floor. So see if you can do a 180 rainbow. So all the way up and over. Try to keep your fingers on the floor if you can. So if you can't, then you it's how you find your blind spots here in yoga. And if it feels fine to you, you can just, instead of doing a 180, you can come all the way around and jump over. And then come all the way around and jump over your hip. All the way around. Okay, and we pause here. And we'll go to the other side. So I'm just going to flip on over. The right fingertips, the right hand is down this time. Left fingertips, making peace fingers. And we're just going to open up our shoulders. You can do 180 at first. Just rainbows, open. Testing our mobility in our shoulders and the difference between the right and left side. If you're able to, you can jump all the way over your whole hips and just make these full circles with fingertips on the floor as much as you can. And we'll do the last one here. And release. Okay, let's go ahead and take your right knee over your left for eagle legs, and you're gonna pull it in, and you're just gonna hug your legs, hug your knees in. Just kind of the gomukhasana legs part. You might already feel tension or tightness on that hip. You can hug it in closer, hold on to the outer parts of your legs. And let's do a little core work while we're here. Let's do left elbow over right elbow. Eagle arms, eagle legs. You can just lift and tap your knee to the elbow for an easier lower ab work. Or crunch all the way up together, just like that. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Grab your inner ankles. The balls of your feet are touching. Let's take your hands behind your head. And you're going to lift and you're going to swivel your hips So swivel the right knee to the right elbow, and then the left elbow to the left knee. So let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Let's do the other side. So the left knee over the right knee this time. So at first you're just going to hug the knees in as close as you can to your chest. And you might even slide your hands down to your ankles or the outer edges of your feet and feel that stretch in the outside of that left hip. Notice how tight it is. All right, now let's take the right elbow over the left. So we're gonna, again, either nice and easy, just bringing the knees up, or you're gonna crunch up with me. Let's go for 10 more. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Let's grab your ankles. Balls of the feet are touching. Hands behind your head. Lift chin away from the chest, and you're going to swivel. Double tap for 10. Double taps this time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Okay, and release. Go ahead and grab your hamstrings behind you, and you're just going to rock on up. And let's come onto all fours. Drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round your back. Tuck the tailbone under. Drop the belly, round your back. Drop the belly, round the back. 2 more times. Last one. Go ahead, curl the toes, and we're going to press back to downward dog. Pedal your feet, shake your head. Yes and no. Alternate one heel down at a time. And if you like to do the side bend, I like to bring my heels to the left. Little side body stretch. And then heels to the right. Keep that downward dog shape in your body. Ears between the arms if you can. Hips nice and high. And back to center. Let's float forward. Top of a push-up. And slowly lower down to your belly. Chin down. Hands by your hips. Shalabhasana, lift everything up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. And then come to your favorite cobra. So it might be right here for Sphinx pose on your forearms, or maybe you can come higher for your cobra. Roll your shoulders down. Take the back of your head back. Boots are slightly on. And there's no pinching in your low back, otherwise lower down a little. You're gonna turn and look over your left, and then turn and look over your right. Back to center, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. You're gonna open up your hips with some hip circles, looks like this. You're gonna bring your knee forward and then take the hip out and then back into downward dog. So knee forward, out, and downward dog. If that's too hard for you, you stay on your knees and you're just going to do it like this. Little hip circles like this. So you can choose which way feels better for you. If you're able to, you're going to also build strength doing it this way. Out, up. Let's do 2 more. Out. Last one. Out. And then let's bring that foot forward into your runner's lunge. And step it forward, forward fold. And circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Circle the arms, inhale, look up, exhale, fold forward. Lift and lengthen, nice flat back. Exhale, fold, left leg back, right leg back. Lower to your belly, point your toes. Cobra. And you can either stay here for the hip circles, taking it out, back, and down, out, back, and down. And maybe this is enough for you. Or if you want to build more strength, you're going to come up in downward dog. You're going to bring the knee towards the nose, shoulders over wrists. Then take it out as you press back to downward dog. And then back forward, take it out, forward, take it out, forward, take it out. Or you're back down here, nice flat back. We'll do 3 more, 2 more, last one. And bring your left leg forward into a runner's lunge. And step it forward, forward fold. Grab your big toes, lift and lengthen, nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. All right. Circle the arms, inhale, exhale, fold. Lift and lengthen, exhale, fold. Right leg back, left leg back, lower to your belly. Cobra, downward dog. Right leg lifts, bend it and stack it. Open up your hips. Look under the left underarm. Feel the right hip flexor stretching. And then bring it forward. Left leg steps forward. Circle the arms up. Exhale, dives you down. Right leg back, left leg back. Lower to your belly. Cobra. Downward dog. Left leg lifts. Bend it and stack it. Open your hips. Look under the right underarm. And let's bring it forward. Right leg steps forward. Circle the arms. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Let's bend our knees, sink our hips for chair pose, gomukhasana. And that's forward fold, clasp our hands behind us. If we're able to, we're going to straighten the arms overhead. If your shoulders are too tight, you can use a towel or a strap. Look over your left shoulder, look over the right shoulder, hands to the floor or fingertips or knuckles. Bend the left knee and turn to your right. Modifiers, you can just take your hand on your low back and just roll your shoulder, roll the torso to the right. Other side, bend the right knee and twist. And back to center. Circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, let's take your left leg back. So we're coming into high lunge. Square the hips. Hinge forward if you can, your arms alongside your body, behind you, or in front of you if you want it harder. 3 more breaths. Good, left hand down, easy twist. And we're gonna step it back. You can lower to your belly or your knees, or you can do full push-ups. We're gonna take your elbows back for 3, chaturangas 2, and 1. Let's find your cobra. And downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Let's bring it forward. Come on up for crescent pose, high lunge. Inhale, exhale. Get down a little lower. Square your hips forward. And hinge forward. Arms just by your side is fine. Or you can make it harder, arms alongside your ears if it's fine with you. Do 3 more deep breaths. Last one. Right arm down, easy twist. And we'll step it back. Lower to your belly. Point your toes. Find your cobra. And downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Bring it forward. High lunge again. Come on up. Okay. You're going to bend that back knee down to tap the floor and up. Anything with the arms. Let's just do 8, 7. If it's too hard, you can just hold static. You can just stay here. Now I lost count. 5 maybe. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Okay, so we're gonna slowly lower down for a low lunge. Interlace your fingers and bring your hips forward. So if you need to pad your knees, then go ahead and put a towel under your knees. So from here, you can stay here or lift your arms overhead. And then come on up. Right arm karate chops your belly, and you're just going to side bend here, opening up that side body, feeling that delicious tensor fascia lata stretch. And release. Now the left arm is going to come up, and you're going to hook it past your knee, come into a twist here. Option to lift up off the back knee. Option to open the arm. And release. Step it back, lower to your belly, find your cobra, and downward dog. Left leg lifts. Let's bring it forward. Come on up for high lunge. So again, you can stay here if it's too much to come up and down. Otherwise, you're going to drop the knee towards the floor or a little tap and come up. So let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And interlace your fingers over the thigh as we slowly come on down. You can use a blanket if you need to for your knees, and you'll just bring your hips forward. All right. And again, you can stay there or reach your arms overhead, Anjali Asana. And release. Karate chop. You're just under the belly button, and maybe lean the elbow down onto the leg here for a side body stretch. Keep your shoulders and ribs over the hips as you stretch into the side body. And release. Either the right hand comes straight down, or you can bring your elbow past the knee. Elbow past the knee. Namaste your hands. Bring your thumb to your heart to your thumbs. Maybe even lift up off the back knee. Maybe open the arms. And release. Step it forward, forward fold. Circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. So you're going to quarter turn to your left. So it's a little bit wide like this. And then you're going to do eagle legs. I'm going to take my right over the left. So you can twisty tie here. Find your balance. Left elbow over right. Sink your hips, lift your arms. And release. Step it out. Other side. Left knee over right. Twisty tie if you can, or not. Right elbow over left. Sink your hips, lift your arms. Good. And shake it out. Let's do wide legs, forward fold. Feet are parallel. Lift your gaze, lift your toes, lift your kneecaps. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and slowly, slowly come on down. Nice flat back. If you can touch the floor. If your head can touch the floor, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. So lift and lengthen. Oh, Frank, hello, welcome. So you're going to quarter turn to your right. Spin the back heel down. You found my YouTube channel. Come on up. Or did you? Are you on you? No, I guess you're on Facebook. Okay, left elbow over right. Lift it up. Eagle arms. And then we're going to open up our arms and we're going to clasp our hands behind us. Little shoulder opener. So you can always use your towel here or a belt if it's hard for you to. Humble warrior, coming forward, lift your arms overhead. And release your hands to the floor. You're going to step it back, lower to your belly, point your toes for cobra, and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, bring it forward. Spin the back heel down. Let's find a warrior one. We'll take your left elbow over the right. The right elbow over the left. Lift the elbows, hands away from the face. And then open up, drop your hands. Opposite pinky at the bottom this time. Straighten the arms. Come forward for humble warrior. Other side. Good. Hands to the floor. You're going to quarter turn to the right. So parallel your feet to each other. Just turn around. Parallel your feet to each other. And you'll interlace your fingers. Hips go back. You're going to go side to side here a little bit. If you're more flexible, of course, come on down. If you need to come down to feel a deeper stretch, by all means. Heel down, straighten that front leg. The bent knee, try to get the heel down is the next step. and maybe press the knee out. Final step, if you want, is to take a backwards bind. And other side, heel down, toes up, straighten that leg. Heel down on the bent knee if you can get it there. Taking a backwards bind if you're able to. And release. Come on up, quarter turn to the right. We're gonna come on up for warrior two. So we're gonna grab, if you need a strap, you're gonna grab it. So from here, we're gonna tap ourselves on the back with the left hand. I'll show you the back. Sorry. The left hand, pat yourself on the back. The right hand, you're just gonna grab the strap. If you can't reach your hands together, just any towel, anything, even if you have a shirt, or look, I can grab my ponytail. But if you can get your fingers to touch, go for that. So you have that nice rotator cuff stretch. And you have this big internal rotation on your right shoulder, external rotation on the left shoulder. And then release. Roll the shoulders a few times. Shrug them up and back. Shrug them forward, up, back, and down. And again, forward, up, back, and down. Open the arms out. Reverse the warrior. Elbow to the knee, side angle. Top hand behind you. Roll your shoulder back in a half bind, or maybe bring your hands to the floor. Maybe take a full bind. And slowly straighten the legs. Come on up. Other side. So turn this foot in, other foot out for warrior two. Taking the arms out. And we're going to take this one. You're going to take your right arm behind you this time. The left. Yeah, pat yourself on the back with the right arm. And then use a belt if you need to. So this time the left shoulder is internally rotating. The right one. And you press your head back into the bent elbow, opening up. And release. Arms to the side. Reverse the warrior. Elbow to the thigh here. Side ankle. You can take your hand behind you. Half bind, roll your shoulder back. Or if you're able to take a full bind, go for it and lean back. And release. Quarter turn back. Let's take your left hand under your face, and you're going to turn your whole torso to one side, to your right, and come back for 3. Nice and controlled. 2. one. Other side. Lift it up. Turn the whole torso for 3, 2, and last one. Then you're going to bring your feet closer together. And you're going to come down and have a seat for Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet together. Lift and lengthen. You can make a diamond shape. Scoot your butt back and fold forward. You can use your elbows to press your knees down. And then you're going to open up your legs and spin the inner thighs back. If it's hard for you to sit, the pelvis, if it's hard for it to tilt forward, you can sit on a blanket underneath you or a pillow. And then any amount coming forward, elbows to a block or just forward. Upavista Konasana. You want to keep your feet active. If you can reach your legs and just fold forward and hold your feet, go for it. And slowly come on up. We're going to scoop under this knee and we're going to just turn into a pigeon. So take the right knee out to the outer edge. Your hips are squared forward and you can come on down for pigeon pose, stretching the outside of or the piriformis on the right side. So if this is hard for you to do, you can always lay on your back and do this pose instead. So the right ankle over the left knee, and then you'll just take your right hand between your legs and then behind your hamstrings, and then do that. So you can do this if you stay on your back. Later, when we're trying to stretch our quads in pigeon, you can just release your hands and drop your foot over for a little bit of a side of your hip stretch, which actually feels really good. Okay. Most people are in pigeon, so I'm gonna stay here with you guys, and you're gonna come on up. You're gonna turn to your left. You're gonna grab your foot and pull it in for mermaid practice. If you have a practice, you're gonna clamp your foot down, squeeze your inner thigh so you don't fall over. Try to find a little bit of a balance in a mermaid pose. Any kind of progress is appreciated, I'm sure. So switch legs whether you're on your back or not. And then you're gonna come into pigeon. on the other side. So if your hips are super tight and your hips are hanging off the floor like this, then you might want to stick a pillow or a block underneath the left side. Or you can just lay on your back and do that other one that I just showed you. And you're going to come on up. Turn towards your straight leg. See if you can catch it and pull it in. Feel a little quad stretch. If that happens, you might be able to clamp it down and squeeze your core, your legs together, and try to find some kind of mermaid. And release. Okay, let's go ahead to our peak pose now, gomukhasana. So we're gonna take our knees and stack them one over the other. I'm taking my right knee over the left, and then I'm gonna sit forward, lift my butt so when I sit, they're more stacked. And then you can play with your ankles, so in close to you, or you can try to wiggle the feet a little further apart and dorsiflex your feet, and that's even more of a stretch for your hips, the outer right hip especially. Good. So you may or may not need your keep some kind of towel or strap handy. So then from here you're going to take your left arm and pat yourself on the back. Take your elbow behind you and press back. And then you can wiggle and connect here for the full gomukhasana pose, cow face pose. So it looks like this. You're holding it and grabbing on if you need to. So again, it's really, for tight shoulders, it's really hard. So you probably will use a belt to look up, and you can stay here. This is, enough of a stretch. Or if you're able to and you want to, you can come forward and feel even more stretch. All right. And then release. So you're not going to let go yet. You're just going to stamp your foot on the floor, the right foot. Lift your knee up a little higher for Ardha Matsyendrasana. So you can hug the knee and turn to your right, or you can hook your elbow past your knee. And you want super straight spine, drawing your belly in, lifting up through the crown of your head and turning your gaze, turning your ribs over to your right. And release. You can just switch legs here. So the left knee is over the right. Come up and stack them a little bit more. And then this time you'll take your right arm and pat yourself on the back. Bring your elbow behind you and press back into the elbow. And I'll just demonstrate here. You can hold the strap here. You need to, and then this left hand can just hold onto it or creep up as high as you're comfortable. So that big internal rotation on that left shoulder. Okay. So then pressing up, looking back. And if you're able to go further, you will come forward, maybe give your knee a kiss, forehead to your knee. We're just bowing over. Slowly come on up. You're going to plant your left foot flat on the floor, turning and hugging the knee in. Or you're going to hook your elbow past the knee. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Your elbow and your knee resist each other. And that's causes that turn, belly button drawing in, lengthening up through the crown of your head. And release. Let's straighten the right leg. Quick Janu Shirshasana here. Left arm up toward the outer edge of your foot and fold forward. Come on up, other side. Left leg straight, spin the inner thighs out. Right arm up, reaches to the outer edge of your foot if you can. Forehead towards your shin. I like to put a little weight here. You don't have to, but you can try it and see if you're like me. And slowly come on up. So you can slowly either roll down for Shavasana or you can join me as we close the class out together here. Any comfortable seated position. And we're just roll the shoulders back. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and blow it out. Hands in front of your heart. Press your namaste into your heart center and smile. And feel blessed and think of something that you're really grateful for today. And with gratitude for this gift of yoga, let's offer one Om to seal it in. Inhaling deeply. Oh. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the class, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And especially if you're, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching on a different platform. I'm trying to hit my 500 subscriber number. And remember, if your classes now are 5:30 because we voted Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I offer a hit exclusively for subscribers. Any amount, see the details under the video's description. Okay. Be safe, everybody. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Bye.